So first of all, what's your vision? What would you like your home to be like? The next area that I want to talk about is creating a nurturing environment. What does it mean to have a nurturing environment? I realized that when I am stocked well in my house, it makes my life easier and my children love it. For instance, because I determined that every afternoon when we were home, whether it was summer or in the middle of an afternoon or on a holiday, that I would always have plenty of tea, plenty of hot chocolate, plenty of drinks so that we could, wherever we were, even in a hotel room, light a candle, put on some hot water, and have a civilized 15 minutes together. That's creating a nurturing environment. Stocking up, going to a large store, a Sam's or another large department store of some kind, and planning on what you need in your home, when you are going to shop for your fruits and vegetables, and having a routine in which you know you're going to providing your children with the food, having a stock in your house of games that you can play, having things that your children can do on a rainy day. Mom, I'm bored. Don't just turn to the television. What can you do to make your domain, to subdue it, to bring order to it, to bring beauty to it? When you have time, find out excellent videos or historical movies. Find out games you can play. One year for Christmas, my husband went to Land's End, got a briefcase and put the initials of each child on it, different colors, and he filled those briefcases with fun things, a paper airplane making book and a puzzle book and little Lego packets and little sticker books. And he said, this is only for special times. This is only for rainy days or when you're sick or when you're in the car. And so the children loved having that. It's a nurturing environment. You've already planned ahead how you can have fun at a time in the future when your children need it. Another thing I heard from one of my friends was to make your children's own memory boxes. When they're sick on a rainy day, those boxes you can get at the store that have, you can color on them. They're just paper, cardboard boxes. They have lids that removed. Had my children decorate their own box. And when they would get a reward or an award of some sort, in the box it would go. When they had a picture of a favorite baseball team, into the box it would go. Sometimes when they were little, I would collect photographs that were just for them. I would make their own. This is a book about Joy. This is a book about Nathan. Into the box it would go. So when they had to sit still or stay inside, I would say, do you want to get your special box? And sometimes they would sit for hours going through, Mommy, remember when I was in my baseball team, or remember when I had this dance performance, or Mommy, isn't this cute? And look at my Joy book, or look at my Nathan book. They would look at old reports that they had made or journals that they had written. It's a way of making your home a resource center, a place of nurturing, a place that you have planned ahead so that you can have things for them to do, comfy corners. I heard from a friend of mine once that if you want your children to be readers, then involve them in the summer reading program where they get rewards. Make your own dollar basket of rewards that you give to them for books that they read. But what I really did that helped was from the time they were little, when we were home, when everybody had an opportunity, every afternoon we would have a reading time where I would put baskets of books. I collected these wonderful, colorful magazines that were just for children. I would do storybooks, puzzle books, mystery books. And so every afternoon, about 2 in the afternoon, when they were very little, I would say, okay, it's our special time. And I would send them to their room. They could have something to drink, a little tiny thing to munch on. And they all had to be quiet for an hour. And they ended up becoming readers because they loved their own quiet times. Even the extroverts learned to love it. They had their own little corner. They had their own books to look at. They had their own little snack. And to this day, all of my children like having that quiet time I created for them. It wasn't a television time. It wasn't a video time. It was a time where they learned to be happy in their own little environments. I would put soft pillows in the corner. I would make it a really fun room for them. That's a part of ordering your domain. you have to also create some kind of organization. I realized that one of the things my mom gave to me as a legacy was that before my father came home, she would have each of us around 5 o'clock in the afternoon straighten the house. Here, you go put the books up. You go make some little crystal glasses and get some sparkling apple juice. You go in there and turn the music on. And then the last corker was she would put this bright red lipstick on. When my father came home, and one day I said to her, "Mom, why do you go to all this trouble and why do you do this?" And she said, "Because your father works with beautiful secretaries who serve him all day long, and I want him to have a reason to come home at night." And so that's what I learned at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. No matter how disorganized our lives had been, it helped me, even if it also helped Clay. I had boxes where certain toys went. Didn't matter how they got thrown in, they just went in. I had plastic bags for puzzles. I had a big lidded box for Legos. I had different places where they could shove these boxes under the couch, places where things went. If you have a place where things go that's convenient, then you'll begin teaching your children order. So every day before my husband comes home, we pick up the house. We still do it. There's a million things of mail on the table. We stack them up. We have a basket in his office where all the mail goes. If you make places where things go, if you have anchors in your life, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, we straighten up. Every day it becomes a habit. Your life becomes orderly. If you have a time that you shop, if you have meals that you make ahead of time, cook up 10 chicken breasts and bag them up so you can throw up together a soup. Cook up 2 batches of cookies. Have frozen batter in the refrigerator. Have one time a week where you say, okay, this is the washing day, and teach your children how to do their own wash. Whatever it is, a part of subduing your domain, making your life easier, is coming up with a routine that works for you. Managing stuff at least once a year, and I'm terrible at this. Everybody needs to have a managing stuff day. Go through your closet, pull out old clothes. Teach your children to do it for you, with you. Put old clothes, put old toys. Have a, this is our Goodwill week, we're gonna give everything away. We have to learn how to manage information, and I'm terrible at this. But there has to be a time when you stop and you take a time to clean out your desk. I have just little files where things that need to be dealt with immediately go, things that are from friends goes, and things that I would like to look at later. Usually I never look at the I would like to look at it later thing. I end up months later throwing it out. But if you have little systems, then you don't become quite as overwhelmed. Managing information on your computer, well, that's a whole nother area that I haven't learned to cope with yet. But if you do it a little bit at a time, you'll be able to be in charge. Establishing life-giving routines and traditions. When you know with your children on Wednesdays in the afternoon or Saturday mornings, all of us will take 2 hours to vacuum, dust, and clean a bathroom. You show them how to do it. Then at least you will know that at least once in a while your house will be clean. All of these areas are so important for us just to learn how to accomplish. And probably one of the hardest things for me, because I grew up a spoiled child, I wasn't taught all of these things. I love this verse in Proverbs 6, verse 6. Go to the ant, O sluggard, observe her ways and be wise, which having no chief officer or ruler, prepares her food in the summer, gathers her provision in the harvest. How long will you lie down, O sluggard? I just had to develop a good attitude and realize this is a long-term race. But when I work hard, I improve, and I actually taught my children how to be workers. They have rooms that they've learned to subdue, and we, over a period of time, have made our home, for them and for me, the very best place to be.